Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, June the 11th market update. On the economic front, the monthly retail sales came in below estimates at minus 1.2%. Less autos, it came in at minus 1.1%. And the expectations for the retail sales were 0.4%, and less autos 0.2%. So definitely weaker than what was expected. The good news is monthly consumer sentiment was better than expected at 75.5. Expectations was for 74. And then there is no economic data on deck for Monday. The dollar, gold, copper were up. Silver was mostly flat, and oil was down. Light Sweet crude futures were down $1.70 to settle at $73.78 a barrel. Let's take a look at the West Texas Intermediate Crude Point Figure Chart. So again, we went on a buy signal. Bullish price objectives 89. We'll watch here and see what happens. We're back down to here. This could be a bull trap, and we roll back over, even though we just had a breakout. Sometimes when we print one box higher, it's just a bull trap to get the bulls in, and then we actually can go lower. But I don't know if that'll happen yet. We'll need another day or two to know that probably. Right, over to the dollar UUP. The dollar is right here. So, we came out of here. We have resistance above us. I don't know if it'll, and the MACD is actually lower. It's turned back down. So we'll see if the dollar is going to pull back a little deeper here, which could be good for stocks for a few days if that's the case. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow closed up 38 points to 10,211. S&P closed up 5 points to 1,091. NASDAQ closed up 25 points to 2,243. And the Russell closed up 10 points to 649. The Russell had the larger percent gain again today, up 1.44%. And the Dow was the weakest again today, down 0.38%. So the Dow is, we've got the MACDs actually a little higher here than it was here, right? If you compare up here to here and to here to here. So it actually looks good. We've definitely got resistance up here around this 10,000. We'll call it 250 just to make it around here. Plus we do have this 200-day, the black line, 200-day. Is overhead, could be overhead resistance. It's been resistance around this area before, so we'll see how that plays out. Same way it goes with the S&P 500. We've got the 200 right here, which is around this, we'll call it 1,105-ish area. And so that's another concern. Again, the MACD is turned up higher here, so that looks good. I would expect us probably to at least get back up to this area. Let's look at the 60-minute chart on the S&P. I'd said we kind of in this channel down, and we broke out here. MACD's are real strong, so that looks good. So and we do have this little tiny gap here. I figured so we'd at least get to here, and maybe we break out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're really not any recent bad news. Everything's kind of baked in right now. So I don't know if we'll have several good days of. We already had a big move yesterday, and of course we've had actually a pretty decent day today. And so we'll see how that turns out. Now the volume though was super bad today. The volume was very anemic. The volume across the indices were about 30 to 50% below average. Very low volume day. I guess everybody was at the Chicago Blackhawks parade or something. I don't know, because all the traders in Chicago were anyway, I'm sure. So it was like really bad. But again, it looks okay here. Let's go look at the NASDAQ, which actually had been pretty strong. So this NASDAQ, we'll take that line off because it's evidently didn't care. More like a descending triangle. Of course, if it can break above this downtrend line, then it won't be a descending triangle. The MACD is a little lower than here. Of course, we haven't got up here yet, but the MACD is looking, it made a higher low from here than here, which kind of told us we're probably going to have a little uppage here. Now, the 200 on the NASDAQ is actually we closed just above it today, so that's good. We do have the 150 and the 30 kind of converging right here, which possibly could be some resistance up near that 2300 level, near the prior high of 2307. So that's something to watch for. Let's go over, take a look at the McClellan. The NYSE McClellan. Alrighty, so we're at 43, so we're not near in the overbought area. We got there quickly, huh? So we really, when we get up here in the 50s to, we need to get up here 50, 60 higher, really, but we're getting there. So we're not quite overbought yet, but we're in that area up here. Need to go a little more buying, put us overbought. Let's go look at gold. Gold still looking all right. MACD looks like it might be turning here again. Not sure. It's still holding this trend line here, so it's still looking all right. Silver, silver MACD's turn up here a little bit. It's just kind of hanging out. It's kind of here by this downtrend line. We're just kind of consolidating here, resting. So I don't know if we're resting for higher prices or lower prices this time. Copper has some resistance here. Look at on a chart here. We had a breakdown here. We're working our way back up to that resistance area. The VIX down 5.82% today, back into the 20s, 20 somethings, still almost 30, but still in the 20 somethings. That's better. MACD's turning way down. And FXE, the Euro ETF. So we come out of this. I talked about we were kind of in this channel down, come out of. We have resistance above at the 121, and we'll call it 1920 area. I mean, there could be where if you take a line here and maybe I'll put up a line from here to here, maybe it's a wedge and the Euro is actually going to break out and go higher. But the MACD's turned back up, and it's a little higher here than it was there. So maybe it will. Maybe it's just because it's so oversold here that we're going to get bounced up higher. Well, which would help our market probably. Excuse me. We'll see how that plays out. Let's go over to the futures real quick. I'm looking at the ES on a 30-minute chart. Let's see if I can get this in here. So this is a 30-minute chart. This is back to May 25th. Then we go up May 28th, we come down, then June 4th, we come all the way back down here, June 8th, and we make a higher low on the futures, again 30-minute chart. And then now we're in this. Now, I don't know if we're, we've starting here June 7th, then we come down here, this is June 9th, we touch here, still June 9th, we touch here June 10th. If you look at it, we could be in a rising wedge, and the MACD's lower here than it was here and here, and we could break down out of it. I don't know that for a fact until it happens, but we are at resistance. We've touched here 1, 2, 3, 4 times since June 7th, and been rejected every time, but we're making higher lows. So is this the time we break out above and go higher, or is this when we break down out of the wedge? So we'll be watching for that next week. And again, maybe we get clear back up here, or maybe well, you can't see it here, but there's some trend line up there too. But maybe we get clear back up here to this almost to the 1,110 level, and we've got this longer term type ascending type triangle. Don't know. Remains to be seen. So let's go to the sectors. 13 of the 16 sectors follow finished in the green today. Software index had the largest percent gain of 2.03%. Home construction index was the weakest, down 0.36%. So of course we don't do chart watch on Fridays, so I'll post my weekly watch list on Sunday evening. Let's go take a look at the current market signals. Still all on sales for the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, and this is the point and figure chart signals. Let's go take a quick look at the Dow point and figure. So again, we're on a sell signal, but we'll print a buy signal on the Dow if once we take out the prior column of X's. So we need to print 10,350. So at 10,350, we'll go back on a buy signal on the Dow. S&P will have a triple top breakout. We need to print 1,110, and we will go back on a buy signal on the S&P. So prior column here, we'll go back on a buy signal. And NASDAQ has a ways to go. We have to get up here to 2,310 to take out the prior column of X's to go back on a buy signal on the NASDAQ. So a lot more to go. But the NASDAQ's actually been holding up pretty well as far as trends. If you look at the weekly and monthly, it has a better trend. So tech stocks are still in fuego pretty much. All right. So that is it for today. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.